chasing a road to glory, driven since I was a child.
If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, work day and night for it.
Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're doing great. Got a few things in my hand here. Banana, a couple books, my suit, some Gatorade, and I'm holding my NOS from last night, so I want to finish that this morning. About a little bit before 6:30, gonna run over to Sam's, grab some NOS, and then that way per can, it's only $1.20 something, and then have an 8 o'clock meeting at the Smoothie King. Today's fabulous $5 Friday for 32 ounces at the Smoothie King. I'm meeting up with Morgan, and then after that we'll do an online 9 o'clock training, and then one-on-one coaching with the team, the two new hires, and then Shang and Leslie, and then have a 2 o'clock as well. So hopefully we'll be able to get in some curls and some shoulders and triceps today. All right, everybody. Drive came down. Was able to do a 2-part segment to the podcast, focusing on the Crazy Asian podcast today on personal development. A lot of you are familiar with Sherman Speaking series. So the whole idea on the podcast is that if I'm listening to a podcast, I'm not going to listen to every single day. I just don't have that kind of consistency. And so what I can focus in on, though, is Mondays leadership, Tuesdays career progression, Wednesdays motivation, Thursdays social media, and Fridays personal development. So that way, whatever topic is of interest to you, you can just chime in on that day and not feel like you're missing out on anything because that's just not of interest to you. So if you feel pretty competent as a leader, then there's no point in doing any kind of leadership. The next thing is, so I talked about personal development and having more like number one, knowing your learning style. A lot of people, though, they don't know their learning style. There's very few times once you leave high school or college that you're going to sit in like a classroom and have like a learning session. Most people are going to have to learn on the fly and kind of steal away that time a little bit here, a little bit there. So you can tell it's a little bit windy out. Hopefully you can hear this okay. And then after that, I talked about having more of a reps approach, kind of like when you work out, you do a little bit at a time. And maybe you want to read a book, but you just kind of carry it with you. So that way you can steal time, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, learning a little bit, reading a little bit at a time. If you did 10 minutes a day, that's 300 minutes in a month. That gets you pretty much much closer to getting the book than trying to find an hour of time where you're sitting in front of a fireplace reading. So let's go. Turns out.
I've been chasing a road to glory, driven since I was a child.
All right, everybody. Hope you're doing great. Had some good sessions going on today. Some good one-on-one coaching. I was a little biased because I think the coaching sessions went really well. Did have to set the expectations down with a couple of them to be able to make sure that they're meeting the expectations, making sure that it's clear, crystal clear, that they know exactly what needs to get done, what needs to get accomplished, and then also was able to then do some role play. I demonstrate, they do it, they role play it back, so that way we can get some immediate feedback. And then talked a little bit about niche marketing. Doesn't mean that you don't go after the general, all the marketing, but niche basically means that you want to be able to be seen as a resource to a specific group and be adding a value. Hey there, everybody. Hope you're doing great. Going to try out this Sri Lankan Mexican fusion. It's called Lanka Mex. So left the office around 6:30. It feels good when you can stay longer than the cleaning crew in the office. So that's not super long, right? 6:30 on a Friday. Family was coming down here, so I just decided to stay at the office and get some more stuff done while they're driving down instead of getting to this place a little bit longer. But gotta love this. It's convenience store meets restaurant. So we're gonna find out. Should be pretty good. And I like to try or just go to different restaurants that aren't off the beaten path. They're typically not chains. They're kind of one by one. So should be a lot of fun. Peace. Okay, ended up not trying that Sri Lankan Mexican restaurant. Looked a little too small to accommodate the crew. So ended up going to an Indian buffet, Mezban,
So that was good eats, and then came home. It's about 8. So good night. Hope you're all doing well.
Locked and loaded. Nobody safe around me. I'm about to spread, I'm rowdy. Pipe it up, run it up, count it up. Ice on my wrist, I'm drowning. I bet I lift and I light it up.